What's going on, YouTubers? This is the Brand Builder. In today's video, I just want to talk about why I stopped playing video games. And I wanted to enlighten my subscribers and anyone who landed on this channel or this video accidentally through the search engine. I would like to enlighten you guys on why I chose to stop playing video games and what it was doing for me when I was playing video games versus what happened when I went cold turkey. Stopped for a while, went back to playing it occasionally, stopped again to focus on different things, went back to playing it occasionally, and then all of a sudden I just decided to stop altogether. And I'll explain why really fast. Then I'll tell you guys kind of what made me come to this decision. So I started realizing that I was wasting a lot of time. I wouldn't say using time, I would say wasting time. And waste is a very serious word to use to explain something, but it's a reality here. So I was wasting a lot of time playing video games, solving fictional problems, not real problems, and interacting with software, not human beings. So those are the reasons why I stopped playing. Now, what I did in the place of playing video games, the very first time when I realized that video games was a problem, I was really behind on my bills and I had overdrafted on my bank account, and the amount of money that I owed the bank was more than I had. Now, my partner, she was sleeping on the couch and I tapped her because I was going to ask her to borrow money when I was looking at the mail, realizing that I overdraft from, just tons of money. And then I realized that I felt less than a man to ask my lady to borrow money. So I said, let's come up with a real solution. Here I am solving problems on video games, software, but I'm not solving realistic problems. So what do I need to do? I decided, because it was, I may have done it once or twice here and there, I decided to start selling my items on Craigslist, and then I started preparing myself to have a yard sale the very next morning. So I went in the basement, looked for stuff I did not need, and I started putting sales tags on them, arranging them, putting them in boxes so I can take them in the morning and put them outside for sale. After doing this, I was able to make $900 in the first week on Craigslist, made some money on eBay because I started listing stuff on eBay, and I was also going on Facebook, going to yard sale sites, letting them know that I'm having a yard sale, and also listing different items that I was selling in the yard sales so that people knew what I had just in case they wanted to come and grab it then. So during the yard sale, I would let people know that I had certain items for sale, and I would sell all of those items. So I made about $280 at the yard sale. I made about $150 off of Craigslist that same day. And I went to go pay the bank the money that I owed them. And I decided to myself that I was going to cancel that account. I said, this is an embarrassment to me. I no longer want to hold this account. So I decided to cancel my account. I was in good with the bank, canceled my account, and then I went off to start doing bigger things. I began to sell more items on Craigslist, and also, after making the sales that I made, I decided to myself that I wanted to take it a little bit more seriously. So I said, I have to at least start a part-time business or do something. So I wasn't doing Craigslist that much anymore. I wanted to focus primarily on eBay because it seemed more sophisticated. Loved what I was doing. So I started focusing more on eBay because it was more fun. It didn't really require me to stand outside. I could just list items in my my spare time, and sell them and then mail them out to people, right? Using PayPal, method of payment and stuff like that, and it was really great. It was great to do that as a part-time business. And after making so many sales, I realized that I need an eBay store. So I created an eBay store, and I started taking it serious like a real business. I downloaded QuickBooks the next year after that, so I could start logging a summary of my sales and creating a schedule for my tax return. And I was doing that, so that was a lot of fun. And I also started to launch other small businesses that I tended to dwindle down with, losing interest with them. Because I think sometimes people think a business fails, and it's not the business, it's just sometimes you lose interest. Maybe the business is not fun, so you're not inspired by it anymore, so you just drop it. Almost like if you're in a relationship, like maybe you like someone and you realize that you just don't like them anymore, so you quit them. It's not that your relationship failed, it's just you just lost interest in that individual. So that has happened to me a lot of times. But as far as playing video games, I didn't like the idea of not having that same type of reward of reaching the next level, beating level 1, beating level 2, and playing and spending so many hours. I didn't like the idea of having success on a video game and not in my real life. So I began to start building pillars of success within my own life and started to invest the seeds of growth within my own itinerary and my own schedule to try to win. My goal was to win in real life. So I began to start taking the necessary steps to do that. And it took me to sacrifice playing video games, something that was killing my time, to do it, to launch my eBay business, to sit down and write a book, which I did write. It's called The eBay Bully. I talk about being a top-rated seller on eBay, and I'm going to put the link in the description below. It's a 99-cent ebook. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I just wanted to talk about my story a little bit and let you guys know that I actually wrote a book on this. I became a top-rated power seller on eBay. I have all the seals. I remember reaching certain benchmarks, selling over 750 items, selling over 1,000 items, selling several thousand items, and furthermore, really crushing it on eBay and making a very decent amount of money per year on eBay. It was fun. And sometimes people would ask me, how do I, sell on eBay? I see you're doing this and that and stuff. And I would coach some people. I would talk about it. My videos help people here on this channel. I have a video about how to get started on eBay. It got a lot of traction. And it was one of my first viral videos. And I got a lot of feedback on it. And those type of things mean more to me than sitting down playing video games. Now, yes, I'm an adult, and yes, adults play video games too, and I'm not going to say that when you become an adult, you stop playing video games, because maybe video games are fun. Just like, for example, I like to go fishing a lot now, and fishing is fun, right? So, fishing is fun. I mean, for example here, I have my new extra light fishing rod here. And I'm actually going to take it out today. I bought this fishing rod at Dick's Sporting Goods. And it's awesome. I like light fishing rods. I also like medium action. I don't so much, I have a few heavy actions, but that's a whole nother story. But in real life, some things are just better done when you're personalizing the experience and acclimating yourself to certain things. There are so many lessons learned in life. I have a friend who actually makes a lot of money playing video games, so I apologize, John, for making this video and talking about my personal experience, but I'm not one of those people. He was one of the first people to create a Twitch account that I knew of, and he's actually raking in the dough. John's actually a millionaire right now. I hate to put your information out there, but it's not like I'm going to link you in this video or anything like that. And I knew something was pretty amazing when I noticed that not only was he making a lot of money off of YouTube, but he was going to conventions and stuff like that, and he has his own movement. He was doing all this other stuff. And if you guys know who he is, if you only know him by his name, which I'm not going to mention here, I know him by John because I knew the guy most of his life, and he's a cool dude. I remember when he had nothing. So right now, you're raking in the dough. But this is why I stopped playing video games personally. And I felt like I wanted to give you guys my message to talk about how I was building pillars toward entrepreneurial tendencies and entrepreneurial